Welcome back to Season 2 of Spotlight. The boys in gold are done with preseason. Match up against New England Revolution this Saturday here at Geodis Park. We'll talk about all that and more. Welcome back to Season 2 of Spotlight. You're back with your three best friends for this season. How are we doing, guys?
Great. Good to be back. We always say it feels like the first day of school. I am excited to be with my friends, excited to be talking soccer. There's that new season energy. Everyone's got 0 points. Everyone's equal in the table. Everyone's in first. Let's get it going.
I mean, we're here with our three best friends. I feel like we're not complete without Lucas, but at the end of the day, we are here. Lucas, you remember, don't worry. We're a group of 4 or 5, whatever you want to call it. But the best thing is the season is back. We're underway. Preseason under the belt. That's always the most important thing whenever you're talking about gelling, getting back into form and fitness as a player as well.
You did just kneecap Lucas before the season even started.
Well, I didn't just kneecap him.
Hold on. That's Liv's forte. Whoever's not on desk, shots are being fired at you.
If you're not here, you miss out. And actually, because it is a new season, we do have a couple of new people that are coming on the show that will rotate. So consistently, you'll see the 3 of us. You'll see 2 of us if someone decides to show up and not go to Florida, and just enjoy time off over there.
See, shots fired. I can take, that's what I want. That's the energy I want. Say it to my face because I'm here.
I'm saying it.
The well-traveled Jalil.
Yes, but going along with our new additions, Nashville SC has a new addition to the roster. As of this week, Ahmed Qasim from Elfsborg has joined the team, and I want to ask Will, what impact do you think he's going to make on this current roster?
Yeah, I think he's a really good fit. I think Nashville, again, you're seeing the youth movement and another U22 initiative signing that comes in that's played a lot of soccer. 11 goals, 11 assists since 2021 in Sweden at Elfsborg, 90 games over that time, and you're getting a guy as a Swedish under-21 international who can play centrally or can play wide. And I think when you look at what BJ Callahan is going to want in this system, wingers have a different job now than they have in the past for Nashville SC. And he is going to ask a lot of Nashville's wingers to come more centrally, allowing fullbacks to hug that line and play outside and overlap. So I think you're getting a guy in Ahmed Qasim. He's played a lot of soccer already at 21 years of age, but fits the profile of what BJ Callahan wants, kind of slotting in that left-hand side winger role for this team.
I mean, the name of the game is offensive reinforcements and youthful exuberance, and that's exactly what you get with Qasim. That's exactly what you get from a multitude of the new faces that have come through the door. For me, what I'm always very interested to see is when a player does not get the opportunity to weave themselves into the group via preseason, how quickly do you catch the wave? How quickly do you catch the nuances of what BJ Callahan and company want you to do individually and then seamlessly weave into the collective? But for me, I like the signing, but most importantly, I like how the team has very much revamped itself to be younger and more exciting on the offensive side.
And we could talk days about the new signings that we've had over the offseason. But I did want to take a look at the youthfulness of this team. What impact does that have on Nashville SC's youth development?
I mean, it has a lot. First and foremost, that's been something that the entire club has spoken about ad nauseum toward the end of the season. So now to see it really come to fruition as far as the roster is concerned, now the proof will be in the pudding, and it's up to the players at this point in time. I'm very much looking at Chris Applewhite because he's so young but so ready. And I think about maybe a younger version of a lot of our mainstay defenders. When Walker was very, very young, he had a lot of promise to him. Jack, obviously. And I think about when I was really, really young, to have these types of opportunities to be woven into the first team, you can't beat it. Now it's up to him to be able to deliver for the club.
And Chris being developed by the same head coach who was with Mark McKenzie in Philadelphia. Those are high expectations, obviously, but certainly a coach who knows what that development process looks like. I'm looking at Eddie Taxith. I think he is a guy who fans are really going to love. You think of the motor, the versatility of an Alex Muyl. You're getting that in a similar fashion with Eddie, but I think the consistency of how versatile all these new players are. Eddie Tagseth will play almost every position at times for Nashville this season. You bring in an Andy Nahar who's got 17 career MLS assists already to his name. He's played as a right back, he's played as a right wing back in a back three, he's played as a right center back in a back three. So you're getting a lot of younger players who are learning on the job. you could still turn Eddie Togseth into a left back, into a 6, into an 8, into a winger on the left-hand side. These are moldable players that can still become a lot as their careers continue.
I think the ability to advance the ball forward quicker and a more consistent clip is also what fans, I think, should expect this year. You talk about Andy Nahara, this was one of the players that I absolutely despised playing against because he's so clean on the ball, almost impossible to get it off his foot. He can get up and down the line, and with his experience as well, not just on the club side here in MLS, but internationally, should bode very well for the club.
Let's take a look at Saturday's match. Nashville SC faces New England Revolution right here at Geodis Park. It's the season opener. It's the home opener. Jalil, what challenges do you think New England's going to have to face against Nashville SC?
Yeah, two of my former clubs, obviously very, familiar with both of these clubs, especially in terms of how they've both revamped themselves. I think, quite frankly, this is going to be a test of concept, proof of concept, if you will, for both sides here. With Caleb Porter being in his second season with New England, he's looking to right a lot of wrongs from 2024, and they've been able to address a lot of roster issues, just like Nashville. So when they bring in a Leo Campana, when they bring in a Jackson Ewell, they're bringing in players to completely revamp not only their look and feel on the field, but also their locker room as well. So I would like to think that this is going to be a game with a lot of high intensity, a lot of players trying to prove themselves for their manager and, of course, for their club.
14 newcomers in this New England squad. I'm looking at the main man, though, who's returning, Carlos Gil. Anytime he is on the pitch, he is the main man. You got to identify where he is and what he's doing. Last season was the first time since 2020 that Carlos Gil did not have 20 goal contributions. He is a man on a mission this upcoming season. He has played a lot of soccer in New England. Not a guy that's going to shy away from playing in cold weather either, which we're expecting here in Nashville on Saturday. So it's a squad with a lot to prove. And in MLS, we saw it from LA and from New York last season. You can go from beneath the playoff line and be a contender in just one offseason of turning things around. There's going to be high expectations and a lot of big energy for both of these teams going into Saturday.
Taking a look back at preseason, Jalil, I know you were there for a little bit, and some things were a little bit exclusive, so we couldn't hear everything that was going on. I did hear that it went pretty well, especially having Coach BJ Callahan's first full preseason coming into this new season. What are some things that you took away from that?
Yeah, I mean, for head coach BJ Callahan, a lot of it is being able to have the players understand the nuance of his system, have them be confident to the point where once you start the season, it's not so much you're thinking, you're in your reactive brain, you're in your subconscious where these things are somewhat normal and second nature. Yes, that will be a process throughout the season, but that's at least the task via getting everyone through the door. What I liked in terms of what I saw is the ability to have more depth, the ability to have more players woven in and active in terms of they can step in and either start or come in off the bench and catch the rhythm and or even elevate it. That's what I saw in the preseason game, most specifically against DC United. It looked very complete. It looked very, cohesive as a unit. Of course, once you start the season, though, it can be completely different from preseason. So that's why the season opener is typically very, very important to try to catch that rhythm right away.
Guys, I think a lot about the stated goal that BJ Callahan has for this Nashville team. And he mentioned it right at the beginning of preseason. This team wants to score 50 goals in MLS this season. And BJ has been adamant that everything they do is about scoring more goals. And Jeff Rimlinger of 615 Soccer looked at how many teams have scored 50 goals and made the playoffs. 79% of teams since 2014 have made the playoffs when they score 50 MLS goals. That is going to be really fun for the neutral observer. It's going to be really fun for fans that are maybe coming out at Geodis Park to see what this is all about for the first time. We got a lot of diehards that watch this show, that know our faces. For those of you who are new, you're coming in at a great time. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be high octane and fun, entertaining style of soccer you're going to see here at Geodis Park this year.
One last question. What is one thing you are most looking forward to this season?
Oh, man. I think a full season in this system of Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surridge playing together is really, really exciting. And it's a big year for Sam Surridge. 26 years old going into this year, scored 12 goals last season, played a couple of different roles, right? Was on that left wing at times, was down the middle. If this team wants to play more offensively down the middle of the pitch, that's a good thing for Sam Surridge. Playing through the lines, forward-facing, pressing. The way this team is going to get forward, it's also going to allow them to press and win the ball higher up the pitch, which means Where's Hani Mukhtar? Where's Sam Surridge? Finding them quickly in those transition moments. Those two are going to be really fun to watch this year.
I'm most excited about the squad. Y'all know me. I'm a squad guy. You can't do nothing without the entire team. And the fact that it's looked pretty good in preseason, but most importantly, you have the task of weaving in a lot of new faces into, the NSC originals, my boys, the homies. So if that level of cohesion is rapid and efficient, you should see this team be very competitive this year. And I used to love those challenges in the locker room. When you have new guys, get them on board, get them into the way that you play, and get them cracking and confident very, very well. And that's an ethos through every single player that has stepped foot into this club. You have to be a team person first. So the fact that that is a challenge this year, I would like to think that the locker room has all the capabilities to crush it and be competitive this season.
Yeah, I've got high expectations that we are going to hear the goal celebration song so many times that you're going to be singing it in your sleep. That's my confidence for this season. But off the field, there's a lot of action going on as well. So fans need to arrive here at Chiodas Park on Saturday. I'm going to say 4:30 p.m. because we've got a
4:30?
4:30.
4:30?
4:30.
People don't even be getting off work before 4:30.
Well, it's on a Saturday, so you shouldn't be working.
You're telling us some people don't work on Saturdays?
That's right.
Talk to my uncles,
4:30.
they be working. boy.
4:30. There's going to be an entire fan fest going out in the fan zone over there at Publix Plaza. We've got a kid zone, we've got tailgate zone, we've got a spirit zone. You don't want to miss out on any of that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be festive.
What is a spirit zone?
You'll have to come and find out. You'll have to come and find
Bring
out.
your spirit, Jalil.
But all I gotta say is, if you want to come get your hair braided, this is the place to be.
All right, okay.
So in addition to our Publix Plaza Fan Fest, we also have our Going Gold moments where we will have an influencer press the golden button that makes everything light up in the stadium. Wow. So this Saturday, we have WWE superstar Sheamus, who will be doing the first time ever button pressing, and you don't want to miss it. In addition, we'll have Mickey Guyton do a halftime performance, so you don't want to miss that. We hope to see you here on Saturday at Chiodas Park. Thank you for watching.